Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our meet and greet. As you come into the room, feel free to say hello in our chat box, state your name, what part of the state you are coming from, and we will start in about a minute. All right, I see San Marcos, Midland, Texas, Houston, Granbury. All right, Houston in the house. All right, welcome. And to those, if you're just joining, we're just letting folks state their name and where they're coming from in the chat box just to see who's in the room today. So if you'd like, go ahead and tell us where you're coming from. All right, I see Fort Worth, Spring Branch, Allen, Texas, San Angelo, Fort Worth, Plano. Awesome. Welcome. Laredo, Missouri City. Awesome. Welcome. Well, we're going to get started. To those, if this is your first event that you've gone to with us, welcome. If this is your second or third time, welcome back. Again, this is our meet and greet for our Texas schools. Today, you'll be talking to some of the staff from Texas Virtual Academy and Texas Online Preparatory School. So just some housekeeping rules before we get started. If you've already applied for a position, unfortunately, we won't be able to do just status updates during this webinar or any salary questions. If you have those questions, you will need to send an email to our recruiter. Our recruiter for our Texas schools is Megan Payne and Erica Bowman. They're actually here today. You'll see them on the panelist panel, and you'll hear from them later on as well. But any of those specific questions, feel free to send an email to them, and we will post their email in the chat box. We also want to let you know we will be having a Q&A session, and that will be towards the end. So feel free to use the Q&A box that's on your screen and write those questions in, and we'll try to answer as many of those during the session today. All right, so I will have our panelists just to briefly introduce themselves, and then once we do that, I'll give a just an overview of who Stride is. So we can start with Megan, and then we'll go down the line.
Hello, everyone. My name is Megan Payne. I am the academic recruiter with Stride. I work with both Texas and TOPS, and I have been with Stride for almost 3 years now.
Good morning. My name is Jane Eiley, and I am the principal of TOPS Elementary School. We're a grade 3 through 8 campus. This is my 12th year working for Stride / K-12.
Hi, my name is Shannon Jono, and I am a 4th grade lead teacher at TOPS, and this is my 2nd year working for K-12 Stride.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy to have you. My name is Erica Koros, and I serve happily as the middle school principal here at Texas Virtual Academy at Hallsville. Oh, and this is my 4th year at K-12 Stride.
Hi everyone, I'm Erica Bowman. I am a recruiter working alongside with Megan. I am the newest member of the team, it seems like. I started in March of this year.
Hi, I am Elizabeth Nelson. I am the head of school at TOPS, Texas Online Preparatory School. I just kicked off my 8th school year with K-12 and actually started in Arizona as a teacher there and then came to Texas as an administrator. So very excited to meet all of you today.
Hi, all. I'm Catherine Groven. I'm the head of school at Texas Virtual Academy at Hallsville. I've been with K-12 Stride. This is my 9th school year. And like Elizabeth, I am a transplant to Texas from Louisiana.
Thank you, ladies. And again, you'll be hearing from them shortly once I just give a brief overview of who Stride is. Now, we were formerly K-12, and you will see K-12 in our for schools or when you see any commercials or whatnot. So that logo has not gone away. But the reason we expanded to Stride is because we believe that learning is lifelong. So it doesn't end at high school. And we've recently acquired some other companies as well to help with that. So you'll see other companies such as Tech Elevator, Hack Reactor, Galvanize, and MedCerts. And these are companies that will help us with career readiness. And so students have that access for that pathway. And then we also have included college preparatory courses as well. So we've expanded, so that's why we have changed our name to Stride. And again, we're one of the leading providers of online education for grades K through 12. So just wanted to give you that brief synopsis, just in case you haven't heard from us. And we've been around for over 20 years now. Our headquarters is actually located in Northern Virginia in Herndon. And again, yes, we've been around for about 20 years now. So we're going to start with Texas Virtual Academy. So I'm going to have Catherine to join the mic and tell us a little bit about your school.
Thank you so much. As she said, Texas Virtual Academy at Hallsville is who I'm representing today. We serve students 3rd through 12th grade. We plan on serving 15,000 this year. This is our biggest year yet. We currently have about 450 staff to support those students, and that includes our teachers, our Stride Career Prep campus teachers and support, special programs, counselors, social workers, and a full team that supports our operations. We are a large school, but our passion and vision is personal connection. We are partnered with an A-rated district out of far East Texas, and they and we expect excellence out of our staff. We're currently hiring for all of our positions. Anyone that does work at TIVA has to be certified in Texas. However, they can at this time live outside of the state. So we're excited to have the opportunity to speak with you guys today.
All right, so we'll now have Elizabeth to tell us a little bit about TOPS.
I will, and I just wanted to share one fun fact about Catherine's school. I just think it's really fun that they are a tiny, tiny little district that they are partnered with that grew ginormously when TIVA opened. TIVA is actually much larger than the size of the district, so that makes it even more fun for Catherine, I think. So after I finish, sharing all the fun about TIVA, let me share about TOPS. So TOPS is actually the school that I moved to Texas for when we transplanted from Arizona. We also serve grades 3 through 12. We have currently over 6,600 students. We do not have a cap on enrollment at our school, and we are growing in leaps and bounds. We actually are projected to be not quite as large as Tiva, but it's definitely going to be our largest year ever. So it's very exciting. We have about 145 teachers, and that is just gen ed teachers. So I should have calibrated with Catherine a little bit so I could pull in the number of all of our full support team, but we have 145 gen ed teachers. You know, separately, we also have operations teams, we have counselors, we have you know, special ed case managers, we have special ed instruction, EL case managers, GT, I mean, you know, we've got 504, you know, we've got the whole gamut. We have an entire intervention team as well to work with our at-risk population too. At TOPS, our focus is really on that preparatory experience. That does not mean that the student has to be geared towards college, because we also have a strong focus on Stride Career Prep as well, in case their students are looking for more of a CRE track. We do have enrollment criteria at our school, and that's one of the differences when students are enrolling between TOPS and TIVA. Our students have to have passed the math and reading STAR test in Texas the previous year. That's been a little bit weird the last 2 years with COVID, because obviously there were no tests 2 years ago. And then last year, you know, some students took it and some did not go in person to take it. So in that case, we also look at their 4 courses, and they have to have had passing grades. If they're in high school, they have to be on track for graduation. So we do have a little bit of a separation there between TOPS and TIVA. One of the things that we also like to focus on is personalized and targeted instruction. That's a huge focus across K-12. And that's very intentional. Even though our schools are big and getting bigger, every single child matters to us, and that's crucial. I know I'm speaking for Catherine on this too, because we're very much aligned in this. Every single student deserves the best that we can give them, and that's a huge focus. One thing that we also have done a lot with at TOPS is a launch of Genius Hour. This, I think, is the 2nd year for it in middle school and the 1st year for it in elementary. And then separately in high school, we aren't doing Genius Hour, but they have a big offering of clubs. We also like to do do a lot to engage our students and teachers, because quite honestly, a lot of our teachers have fun hobbies that they really like to share with students that have similar interests. So we've done a lot to really expand those offerings so that we're not just academic, but we're also focused on the fun too, you know, and the creativity and the exciting. We are currently hiring for all positions on all campuses. However, our largest need by far is elementary. Not surprising with COVID, those are the students that cannot get vaccinated. So that's where we are having the largest enrollment need is those younger students in grades 3 through 6. But we are seeing it across the board. So even if you're not elementary, you know, we're still interested in talking to you. We have other open positions. And same requirements that Catherine shared about Texas Virtual Academy at Hallsville. Our students our staff, our teachers must be certified in Texas. You can live in Texas or surrounding states. And if you are even further away than surrounding state, we may still be able to work with you, but we have to take those on a case-by-case basis. I think the one other thing that I wanted to share is that we, just like TIVA is partnered with a public school district, we are partnered with Huntsville ISD, which is north of Houston. So both of our programs are programs of public school districts.
Great, thank you so much. So we want to also just give you some insight as what the virtual teaching, what that looks like here at Stride. So I'm going to have Sean, and that's Ngiono.
And Joan.
And Joan. And she will be telling us about what it's like just teaching her kids, as well as just what the teacher's life is like at Stride.
Well, welcome to my classroom. This is my living room. Yeah. So I love my wall. We always try to have some teaching type of background behind us so the kids feel like we're in school. Funny story, I had jury duty earlier this week and they came on, they're like, are you at work? Are you at school? I'm like, yeah, I'm in my living room. Yeah. And they were totally surprised. So this is my classroom. I do change it once a month. The kids absolutely love it. I love working for Stride. This is my second year. And some of the things I love about being a teacher here, because I did brick and mortar for 11 years, and I am not going back. I'm never going back to brick and mortar. I love working for Stride. I love the fact that some of my parents are in class with me. And I know you might be thinking, oh gosh, no, it's awesome. It is super awesome. I get emails all the time going, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I now know how to help my child. I watched what you did in class today, and they've got it now. We've mastered it. I get other emails just saying they just love the particular lesson. I have emails because I'm fourth grade, so we do Go Noodle still. I have parents requesting Go Noodle songs because they like to get up and do the Go Noodle with us. So it is fantastic having this partnership with the parents, and it really is a partnership. Unlike brick and mortar, where you really kind of don't see your parents unless there's an issue, these parents, they're involved. They want their child to do the best, and it's a full-on partnership with you. And I've never been thanked so much in my life as I have working at this job, getting all these messages from the parents. And it just makes me so excited to get up and go to work every day. Our schedule is also amazing. We have breaks throughout the day, which you don't have in brick and mortar. Like, you can't even go to the bathroom in brick and mortar. Here, I've got a chance. I can go to the bathroom. I have time to work with my small groups. As Elizabeth and I think Catherine said, we have targeted instruction. We want our kids to succeed. And there is time in my schedule for the week to schedule small groups. There is time in my schedule during the week to call parents, talk to parents, schedule different things with the kids. So I love that because I didn't have that in brick and mortar. And so another great thing about working for our schools here. Another thing I love, which was mentioned, was our Genius Hour, our clubs. Yeah, I like to sew, and it is so much fun getting to spend time with the kids, teaching them how to sew, teaching them how to make things. We get to choose what clubs we'd like to do during Genius Hour. And it's great to have that opportunity to do something I'm passionate about. So come join us. You're gonna love teaching with us. You're never gonna go back to brick and mortar. And you're gonna have a great time at either school. It's such a positive place to work. You're gonna really feel like you really get to teach. Unlike before, at least with me with brick and mortar, I didn't really get to teach. And I did science lab today in class. I put a little table, I scooted back. I have my document camera, see I can wiggle. Yeah, we did full-on science lab in class today. The kids had fun. They were following along at home. So you're gonna just absolutely love your job.
Thank you, Sean. I did have a question for you. As far as your planning, like, could you talk a little bit about how that is handled, and also just your class size? I know that's something that we typically
get. Sure. Yeah, no problem. So we have time to plan during the week, and we do plan as a grade level. What we usually do in my fourth grade class, I can't speak for all the classes, but what we do is we have decided whoever is like the expert in the subject, they're going to be in that group to work with the lessons, because we want the kids to have the best possible education. So for me, I used to be a STEM teacher. Science is my jam. I'm working on the science group to create our science lessons. We then go over it as a team as to what we're teaching the next week or so, make sure the entire team knows the material, okay? Because not everyone coming maybe is good at science like I am. So we go over it with the team, make sure everyone understands. We pull in cool other programs like Class Kit and Booklet and things like that. So the kids have interactive things to do that we can also take a look at and see where they're at. So we definitely have planning time during the week. We chat with each other. The teams are always in constant communication. If anything funky happens, we know instantly, and we can direct the parents, direct the students, and it ends up being, not a big deal. And then for Sorry, what was the other question? I forgot.
Oh, just your what is your like typical class size normally?
Oh, typical class
Yeah.
size. Yes. So our typical class size is for fourth grade is 40:1. I can't speak for the other grade levels, but yes, we have 40:1, which is fantastic. And the kids, oh my gosh, they've joined a cat club. We open the doors and let them have a chance to socialize with each other. They introduced me to Olivia Rogello today. I think I pronounced that name right, Rodrigo. I was listening to her during the break. So when I came back to class, I was like, oh, I just heard this song. And they were so excited. So there's so much great interaction with 40:1 with the kids. They've created their own kitty cat club. They came up with a name for it today. And the kids have great interaction as well in the classroom with our wonderful class sizes.
Thank you so much, Sean, for sharing your experience. Again, we wanted to just let you all know what it's like in a virtual space. Now, again, like she said, not every grade level, it might be different depending on the grades, but we just want to give you just a little insight on what that looks like if you've never taught virtually. So thank you again for sharing your experience with us. All right, so now I'm going to pass this to Megan so she can tell us about just benefits of working for either TOPS or TVAH, and then we'll also share the application process as well as openings that we have.
Hello, everybody. Yes, so right now with Texas, we are looking for staff to teach our 3rd through 12th grade. We have all of the positions open across all subjects too. So whatever you are certified in, come on, check it out. And we encourage you to apply for any and every position that you are certified or interested in. Throughout your time with Stride, we do offer professional development and also continuing education opportunities. We have partnerships with several universities where if you wanted to go and get your master's with Southern New Hampshire University, it's actually fully paid. And then with our other programs, you do receive some sort of partnership with them. So if you are looking to continuing on, definitely a huge perk about joining Stride. We also have different teacher trainers that help you in development and continue just building your teacher toolkit. In terms of benefits, we do offer medical, dental, and vision, as well as a flexible spending account, disability, parental leave, different sorts of insurance, things like that. We do not pay into the TRS program, but we do offer a 401k plan, which if you are interested in that, you can enroll 30 days after your first day. We also offer paid time off. So we are not year round. You do receive a spring break, winter break, summer break, as well as all of the federal holidays and time to use as sick or personal throughout the year as well. So those are some of the benefits that come with your wonderful job of coming and teaching with Stride. So like we were saying, we are looking for teachers who are certified in the state and the surrounding states of Texas. To go ahead and apply, you would simply go to our website, www.stridelearning.com/careers. Once you are on our career page, you would go ahead and find the Teaching and Academic Support Opportunities tab. When you click into that, it's going to pull up all of the opportunities that we are looking for across the company. To find an opening at TIVA or TOPS, you would simply go into the keyword search and type in TIVA or TOPS, or you can type in Texas and that'll show you the open positions that we have in the state. So once you're on the website, you're viewing the different opportunities that we are looking for. The next step is to create a profile in UltiPro. You're going to use your email to register. With this, we encourage you to use your personal email, one that you definitely have access to, as this is your primary source of communication. So you use that email to log in. You would create an account and submit your application through there. And again, definitely take a look at what positions we have open. There are different sorts of titles that maybe your certification would allow you to be eligible for different ones. Apply to the ones that you are interested in and the ones that you are qualified. And I am going to go ahead and pass it on over to Erica to let you know what happens after you apply.
Thank you, Megan. I'm just going to really reiterate the positions that you feel like you qualify for or you are interested in, apply to all of them. As we're experiencing, Texas is growing tremendously. Positions are coming available day in and day out. So apply to multiple. We have different hiring managers and different principals that work on them. And they keep just rolling in. So consistently checking on our website online, one day a position you may be interested is not available and the next day it is, because it's coming through because our enrollment numbers are growing. So checking it throughout the week, maybe once or twice a week, is always a good rule of thumb, just because we're seeing Texas grow so tremendously. Once you apply for a position, that's when your application comes to myself or Megan. We'll review it. We'll make sure that you're, looking for the correct within the salary range that we are offering, different things like that. We'll then move you into a digital recorded interview called HireView. This is extremely important. This is how our principals, our head of schools can look and see how you would do as a virtual teacher. So it is extremely important to make sure you set time aside to do this. You have good lighting, no distractions, great Wi-Fi, I think is what I always get back, where someone's Wi-Fi went out so that we have to resend it to them. And you allot your time to make sure you are successful in your digital interview. Once your digital interview is completed, it is then sent to the hiring manager, principal, head of school, whoever is doing the interview process. They'll review them and then they will schedule a virtual interview. After that, then hopefully that's when an offer comes through and you'll connect back with me and Megan, and we'll hopefully send you an interview and get you started. It is a very fast process right now. We usually see a time frame about 4 to 6 weeks. But because Texas is growing so fast, Megan and myself are pushing these people through. We're pushing you guys through to the next level of HireViews. Our principals, head of schools, and our hiring managers are doing an amazing job about interviewing at an extremely fast time frame. So once you send in that application, hold on, because you might get an offer by the end of the week. You never know. So we are excited for you guys to apply and to keep checking on those openings and hopefully join with Texas. You can do the next slide, Drea.
Right.
And these are some of our hot jobs right now. This is not limited to what we have available. Like Elizabeth said, we have a big need for elementary over there at TOPS. So that's a hot job. As you can see, we have more than just teaching positions available. So we do hire support staff and other roles like that, like the counselor, the at-risk coordinator. So there are different positions that are available. We have a big need for math right now over at TIVA. So these are just some of the hot jobs that we are hiring for, multiple hires. They're not just one. I think elementary right now at TOPS has quite a few openings. So like I said, for those that you feel like you qualify for, you have multiple certifications in, apply to all of them. It helps your chances.
Oh, right. I did see someone ask about how do part-time teaching positions work? As far as for Megan and Erica, do you see part-time positions for Texas at all? Or can you direct them as far as where they could look for other part-time positions with us?
We do get some part-time positions available. It will be allotted in the job description. It's usually right at the very top. It'll let you know if it's full-time and what the hours are going to be, or if it's part-time. So a position that you're interested in, if you click on the job description, you'll be able to see it, and it's towards the top of the body, letting you know if this is a part-time opportunity or a full-time. I will say most of our positions are full-time right now, just because our enrollment numbers are increasing so fast. We need those full-time employees so they can help our students out.
Awesome, thanks. So I want to let you all know of our interview day that's coming up, and I'm going to have Courtney to give us those details for us.
Yeah, so like we were saying, the TOPS and TIVA are hiring pretty quickly. So we're going to have an exclusive interview days for both of the schools next week. So if you're interested, you want to be applying, you want to interview next week for these jobs, like this would be the time to do it. I'm going to put the links in the chat right now. There will be 2 separate links for TVAH, we will be interviewing people next Tuesday from 12 to 3, and this will be for any of their positions that they have currently open. To sign up for this, you'll click that link that I just put in the chat, fill it out, and then we will send you an interview link so you can get that scheduled for Tuesday. And then for TOPS, they will be interviewing people Thursday from 12 to 3, and this will be for all their elementary school positions. Same thing, fill out the form and we'll send you that interview link. And then TVAH, you do need to fill out this form to schedule your interview by Monday. And for TOPS, we need this to be filled out by Wednesday. But it's a great opportunity to interview directly with the principals. The normal requirements apply. You must be certified in Texas, but you can live in Texas or the surrounding states. But we look forward to interviewing you all. Just make sure you click on that form and get scheduled for next week.
Thank you, Courtney. And again, we have put those links in the chat box, so make sure you're clicking on that if you are interested in attending either of these interview days. We also want to give you an opportunity to connect with us. We are on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And our handle is Careers at Stride. So make sure that you follow us and stay connected when we have any upcoming events or just anything that's going on with Stride. We try to post on our page as well. You can also join our talent community by, you can scan the QR code that's on the screen, or we'll put that in the chat box as well. And that way you can receive other information regarding events, and we also send out a monthly newsletter, and these are just other ways that you can stay connected to us and learning more about Stride. So we wanted to give you that opportunity to connect with us. All right, so we have come to the portion of the webinar where everyone can participate. It is the Q&A session, and right now I know we've had a couple questions in the Q&A box, but if you have any others, feel free to put them in the box now, and we will try to answer those questions for you.
Drea, I think we're getting a lot of questions about when people see jobs, which school it's going to.
Okay.
In the job title, like say it's elementary teacher, it will say in parentheses, if it's either for TOPS or TIVA, so that way you know which school it's going to. It's also in the job description as well. If TOPS and TIVA have both of the same position open, apply to both. Like I said, you can apply to multiple. We highly encourage it just because there's different principals, different hiring managers, different heads of school interviewing for those positions. So it just betters your chance at becoming a Stride employee.
Right, I did see, let's see. Just if you could still reiterate the school year. I know it was answered in chat, but if you could answer over the microphone just in case someone didn't read it. But when they asked about, are these positions year round, or do they follow a more traditional school year, just so they know over the microphone.
Hey, this is Catherine. I'll answer that on behalf of TOPS and TIVA. Our employees are 11-month employees. So our school year runs in tandem with the district calendars specifically. So our teaching days and our breaks do stay the same, but our summers look a little bit differently. Most of the time our teachers work, I would say, Elizabeth, I hate to say part-time, but they do work less in June, and then they do get a break before we come back for launch. So 11-month employees is how our contracts are stated.
And someone asked, can I apply for positions without a Texas certification? Currently, I hold a California credential and am in the process of obtaining a Texas credential.
Yes, please apply. We are currently looking to find ways to hire certified educators that may be out of state in a way that we could have you guys come on as you are getting certified in Texas. We're looking at ways to do that. So at this time, please apply. Elizabeth, would you say the same for TOPS?
I would say the same thing. And we've had to do that in certain instances before. And so we make it part of the offer is that you will, get that certification within a specified amount of time. So that way all is well. But yes, definitely apply. Most definitely.
Okay. All right. Someone says, I am in California. However, I am open to moving to California. I hold a California teacher credential. How would I be able to get certified in Texas? Again, like they were saying, like you apply to the position and they will, again, for right now, they are trying to see if they can use candidates that are outside of Texas. So you can still apply for those positions right now.
And you would want to go to the Texas Education Agency website, TEA, and research the reciprocity rules and what that application process is like to transfer, to try to transfer or, gain your Texas certification when you're already certified somewhere else, and see which states, Texas works really well with, which I think is most states. And what that process is. I know I had to, and Catherine probably went through this too. I was originally a certified teacher and principal in Arizona and had to gain my certification here in Texas. And it was really very easy to do when I did it. I don't know if rules have changed, but everything transferred over smoothly. I got like a 1-year probationary cert and then had to take the test in Texas within that year and pass it for the related cert. They may have made a few adjustments since then, or may not. It may, it may be that simple also, but you'll want to go to TEA and research how you can gain your Texas certification.
And it also, just to piggyback on what Elizabeth had said, when you are applying for positions, if you are either out of state or moving or whatnot, just make sure that you're stating as much information up front, so the recruiter knows, whether I'm moving, I'm in this state, but I am interested in this, and then they can see what best path they can put you on as far as your application. But just make sure that you are letting them know so they're aware, just in case they're looking for filling positions as well. So you're just giving them the most upfront information, and that way they can best assist you.
Yeah, just to elaborate on that, the more information you give in your application to help Megan and myself, so we're not doing email tag with you, is greatly appreciated. So when you are applying, obviously we want your resume, put a copy of your certificate. If you're working on getting your certificate, there's a spot in that questionnaire when you apply where you can type that out. And if you have an ETA of where you're going to get it. So the more information you give us while you're filling out the application, the better it is for us, just as a streamlined process. It moves a little bit faster. We're not getting caught up in the email tags and what your specific situation is. Just because Texas is moving so fast and has so many needs, it definitely helps Megan and myself to have all that information when you're applying. And I did see a question about substitutes. We do have a need for substitutes. So the website for where you apply, and Courtney, if you can put it in the chat, that would be great. The search engine is like a Boolean search engine. So you can type in like math and then the location of Texas. You can type in substitute and then the location of Texas. So you can do a Boolean search through our website of the career page of what you're specifically looking for. And we do have a need for substitutes right now, as well as teachers.
Awesome. And we've put the link in our chat box as well, so you can look at our current Texas openings, and we put the website for the careers page. So if you wanted to search for any other positions that you may apply for. Someone was asking, is there an out-of-pocket for the TXVSN certification? I guess that's the Texas.
I can answer that question on behalf of us. So that is a online instructor training course that all teachers, Texas allowed a waiver for it last year, but waiver is no longer there. That's a course that all teachers are required to go through and get the certification for in order to teach virtual in Texas. It's a state law. So when teachers start with us and they don't have that, which most don't, we actually take care of getting you enrolled in that, and we pay for it as well. So there is not an associated cost for it. We help you out with that.
All right, someone was asking, are the qualifications for substitute the same for teachers?
I can take that one too. Substitutes do not have to be certified in the subject that they are teaching. However, it's very much preferred, because we obviously would not want to put a teacher that doesn't know Algebra 2 math very strongly, you know, in an Algebra 2 course. So it's definitely preferred that you have, you know, the associated certification, but we can work outside of that. You know, we do have that allowance per state law.
Got it. And this wasn't a question that came in the Q&A, but I will pull this to the panelists. Is there anything that you would make sure I say this correctly? What are things that you would suggest to applicants to help them stand out, I guess, for Texas positions, or is there any tips that you would give our audience today?
I would say be yourself. You know where your camera is, so you can look at the camera when you're talking, but be yourself. You know, it's your personality, and you know, don't try to be a personality you're not, because that's going to come back to get you. But yeah, be genuine, be yourself. Just practice looking at the camera several times if you're not used to looking at it. You can always move yourself right near the camera so it looks like you're looking at the camera. But yeah, you know, wear professional clothes. Just relax. The process is not painful, and yeah, you're gonna do awesome.
Thank you, Sean.
I think one of the things that amazes me about our virtual teams are how connected they become, both with each other in the collaboration with their teams and with the students that they get to support. If you've ever been in a brick and mortar classroom, obviously our experience is quite different, but the levels of relationship that we have the opportunity to build based on our flexibility and the time with our students is always incredibly positive. And we do have, Drea, a couple of our principals here, Jane and Erica Koros actually came in, and I would love for them to share with the applicants maybe some of the specifics of elementary school campus with Jane and the middle and high school campus specifics with Erica.
Hi, no, I don't mind at all. Over the last several weeks, I've watched lots and lots of hire reviews and read lots and lots of resumes. And, you know, I agree with Sean. Be yourself. What I'm looking for, I want teachers who are up for a challenge. I want teachers who are willing to roll their sleeves up and do the hard work to give our students the educational opportunity they deserve. I'm so sorry. Erica, you go ahead.
I'll be happy to jump in. Get some water, Jane. Again, my name is Erica. I serve the middle school campus, but I've had the blessing and opportunity to also serve at the high school campus here at TIVA. And I know, I think what we're looking for, and I think this would be for TOPS too, at the end of the day, the students are the center of every decision that we make. If we make the right decision with students in mind at every single point, then they're going to have that amazing educational experience. So we can't innately give you passion for kids. We can't innately give you the passion for teaching, but we can coach you and train you on all the things that make our job so exciting in the virtual world. So I think when we're looking for candidates, I know the higher view can be very overwhelming. It was for me. I will tell you, I started off as a teacher at Tops. Don't stress out about the higher view. We know, we have grace. We know that it can be sometimes the first time that you've ever done a virtual interview. But to echo Sean, show us who you are, show us your passion for kids, and show us that you're here to serve our students. I know at Tiva, and I think I can speak for Tops, we're very proud of what we've been able to do for our students during this pandemic world. I mean, our students continued on their academic journey, and we hope that you'll jump on this bus and help us continue to provide that excellent academic journey for our kiddos. Jane, are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay. I just got a scratch. Of course, when it's time to talk, I get a scratch in my throat. No, I agree with what Erica said. We did a training a couple of weeks ago, and the presenter told us about teachers, and he said, you know, I don't tell teachers that their job is to teach, and he said it sometimes takes them by surprise. He said a teacher's job is not to teach. A teacher's job is to help students learn. So we want to make sure that we're learners ourselves. So again, much of what Erica said, you know, we've built a great system for so many families, and we want great teachers, as I said, who are ready to jump in and help our students be successful. They deserve that. They deserve the best that we possibly can provide. And I'm excited to see you on Thursday of next week.
Me too. I was laughing. Elizabeth said, you know, we might fight over you. We might have some cage matches going on. So apply. We can't wait to see you as well.
Now, another question that came across in the Q&A box, and this is for all of our panelists, or our panelists that are from TVA or Tops. Their question is, what has been the most challenging and rewarding times you've experienced with Stride?
I could tell you mine. My most challenging was adjusting when I moved from brick and mortar to virtual, adjusting how I built relationships and connections with students and their families. It's definitely much richer, but in a different way, and has gotten even better since we switched to using Neuro for our live sessions. So it has kind of a similar look to Zoom, where you have your students on camera and you're on camera. I mean, like Sean was talking, where she's got her bulletin boards. You know, we have a lot of teachers that really go all out to decorate their spaces behind them and really set the environment, you know, that it's fun, but it's learning focused. So I would say, anyway, my biggest challenge was switching to a different way of building those relationships. And that was also my biggest reward, you know, is really getting to know those students in a different way. We had the opportunity to take some of our teachers this last spring to give testimony in front of the Senate Education Committee and the House Education Committee in Texas at the state capitol. And one of the things that our teachers really highlighted to the legislators is the relationship that they got to build with their students in this setting was so much deeper than it ever was in the classroom, because you're seeing into their home. You know, you're seeing that they have a sibling sitting at a table right behind them that's also in class, you know, that's a couple grades up, or you're seeing that, you know, there's maybe a little bit more chaos in that house. You're seeing more, you're invited like more into your, you know, into the student's home. And it really does deepen that relationship and the partnership that you have with the parent. So for me anyway, that's always been the biggest challenge and the biggest reward is the connections and the relationships.
So, would anybody else on the panel like to share?
Just like to second what Elizabeth said. I mean, the connections are there, and for me, the rewards outweigh any challenges I might have with any of, you know, the students. You know, with any every once in a while, I might get a parent that maybe I just can't reach the parent when I'm trying to reach them. But the connections are amazing. I send postcards to my students. They love it. They show up in the camera. They get super excited. Did you send me mail? Yeah, I sent you mail. We celebrate birthdays. I got to have ice cream with one of my students this summer. I live in San Antonio. Mom messaged me, can we get together? I had another student say for my birthday, I want a trip to San Antonio so we can have lunch. I mean, it is amazing. You're going to know so much about these kids. I have parents volunteering for virtual field trips. Come to our farm. Let me teach you about chickens and how they're hatching. And then the student gets to lead the whole class field trip and we virtually go visit their farm. I mean, it's amazing. It's so rewarding. You know, I really just can't even come up with like a biggest challenge because it's just too rewarding. Anything's like a little challenge, but the rewards just far outweigh it.
Awesome. I did have someone ask if you could explain more of what a CRE or CTE teacher is. I know CRE is career readiness education and CTE career technical education, but if any of our administrators want to give more insight onto that, you can.
I can share only because while I'm at the middle school, I do have a knowledge. So CTE or CRE, Career and Technical Education, that is our Stride Career Prep school within a school. And what is amazing about it is it allows students to earn IBC's industry-based certification. It allows students to complete endorsement pathways based on perhaps their post-secondary career goals. For example, if they want to be a doctor and they want to go through some health science classes, medical terminology, principles of health science. It is really, really amazing what we have been able to do at TIVA and TOPS to provide all of these additional educational opportunities for our students. Typically, a teacher who is certified to teach career and technical education are going to have highly specific certifications. For example, some of them do require some work-based experience. And so I would definitely connect with Erica or Megan for specifics with regards to what CRE course you might be interested in teaching and what the associated requirements are. But we have an amazing program, and I'll just say our principal at SCP is the most amazing ever. So, you know, it's a really, really awesome program.
Thank you, Erica. Now I want to go back to, just in case there are people that join late, I want to let you all know again that we are having a exclusive interview days, and we put the links in the chat box again. But if you are interested in applying for teaching positions for either TVAH or TOPS next Tuesday on August 31st between 12 and 3 p.m. that's Central Time, Texas Virtual at Hallsville will be interviewing for all positions. And then on Thursday, September 2nd, I can't believe we're already in September. September 2nd, we will be interviewing from 12 to 3 again at Central Time for elementary school positions at Texas Online Preparatory School. So I just wanted to make sure that we have reminded everyone who's here, please fill out the form, fill out your information, and you'll be able to interview next week. Make sure if you have current certifications that you mention those as well, and then we will make sure we message you so you can fill out a time slot. And let's see, let me make sure of any final questions. I know we're almost at the top of our hour. All right, someone asked if I'm interested in applying for next year. Should I sign up on the link? Well, this particular link that we have in is for the interview days, but if you are interested for other positions, or I know we do post for the following school year, but that will be on our careers page. So you would see www.stridelearning.com/careers. That's our careers page. And once you are ready, you can go onto the website and apply for positions there. Again, you can search by the state, you can put in Texas, or you can put in a specific position that you're looking for. So you do have that option. All right. And then someone asked, is CRE and CTE in a high school setting? I believe that.
Okay, I'll answer that. And I with so many CTE and CRE questions, I should have had our principal for Stride Career Prep come in, but I think she's a participant. So if I'm saying anything, Ms. Gant, please in chat, let me know. Currently, we do, and Elizabeth, I think I can speak for TOPS too. Currently, our CTE and CRE focus is at the high school. We do offer 8th grade the opportunity to participate given some guidelines. And then moving forward, we have definitely been planning on increasing our options and increasing the grade levels to support even more student opportunity. We have expanded our graduation pathways through the career prep exponentially. Our opportunities for our students to take IBCs in every CTE course that we offer has increased over the past year, and we're looking forward to that continuing this year. So yes, I know that both TOPS and TIVA are really looking for some of those very specific certifications, and I've already seen some emails come through in this meeting from some of you that have them. So I'm very excited to dig through and share those with Ms. Gant. But yeah, if there are any other specific questions, it is 8 through 12.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Right, so I don't see any further questions, so I just want to make sure that I thank all of our panelists for joining today and sharing about Texas Online Preparatory School and also Texas Virtual Academy at Hallsville. Thank you all so much for just sharing your experiences and answering questions that we had. I want to thank all of our registrants that joined today. Again, we did record this, so if you came in at the end or you weren't able to stay for the entire time, we will be making this available to all of our registrants. And we'll also be posting to our YouTube page. But also, again, if you are interested, please come to one of our interview days. Again, we will be interviewing positions for Texas Virtual Academy at Hallsville on Tuesday, which is August 31st. And then our interview day for Texas Online Preparatory School will be on September 2nd. We've put those links in the chat box. And we look forward to seeing you there and wish you best of luck. I will be giving you back about a minute to your day, but we hope you have a wonderful Thursday, and we will see you at the next event. Again, my name is Andrea Wilson, and thank you for attending our Texas Meet and Greet. So long, everyone.